How are you doing? It's been a little while since we've touched base, so I wanted to get with you and see how you're doing on chapters 7 and 8. And I come bearing good news. I know you're going to be excited about this good news, which is that we need to extend the due date for chapter 8. Let me see if I can switch around to that. Here we go. First of all, this is kind of a graph of your performance, as you hopefully know by now. And if we start in chapter 7, out of 21 of us, it looks like 15 of us have gone out there, started working, but don't have that grade of 75% or better that I really need for you to do. I did send you the YouTube videos on the uniform distribution, and I hope that that was helpful. I have not been getting a lot of questions about calculating or determining the area under the curve for chapter 7. If you're struggling, do reach out, do ask questions, because I'm glad to help you. I don't just hand you the answer, but I will work with you to keep pointing you into the correct direction, and so I hope that will be helpful. Now, see, I'm a little worried here because for chapter 7, part 2, 12 of us, the average is at 46%. Now, you know from being a statistics student that an average means that some of us did much better than this, and obviously some have done much worse than this. But this is not where we need to be in chapter 7, and this greatly concerns me, and I want to poke you with a sharp stick because I really do not want to give you an extension on chapter 7. I had planned to talk to you today about extending chapter 8, but look at chapter 8, part 1. 10 of you, 10 out of 21 of us, have 100. I mean, obviously, we've got to all have 100 for the class average to be a 100, and 10 of us have got a 32% on part 2. There's actually a lot about that that does not make sense to me. So, you know, talk to me if you're having trouble, because if I go back here to the home page, let me pause for a minute. Then what you see on the home page here is that this has been available, Chapter 7 has been available to you since the middle of October. Now, I know we extended exam number 3, but if you finished exam number 3 and then started working on Chapter 7, let's see, I hope you can see this calendar down here. Here's October 23rd. That means that you've had this for a solid week and a half, and you're not making the progress. I am very worried. Here, this is that same graph that we just looked at a moment ago. I'm very concerned about this. Chapter 7, guys, is the, and gals, is the root of the concepts for all the future chapters. And so I'm kind of surprised that 10 of the 15, or 10 of the 12, right, you see the averages here, are doing very well in chapter 8. Now, you know, I'm glad. I want you to do well in chapter 8. But I tell you what I'm reluctant to do. I'm reluctant to extend your due dates for chapter 7 if you're not getting started. Okay, you've got to pick up the gauntlet here. You've got to get going, because look, we're not done yet. You cannot sit back on your laurels and rest yet. I know that after fall break and the days are shorter and all this, and you really want to kind of huddle up and maybe watch television or a movie, but you cannot do that. So so don't do that. Now, I tell you what I'm willing to do. I'm not happy with this, with our progress here. I'm going to extend all your assignment due dates for 1 week, but that's it. You've got to get busy on this, and you've got to ask questions. So good news is that the test due dates will also be extended. Your learning project, your extra credit, you'll have 1 extra week on that. But you've got to ask for help if you're stuck, and you really need to make some progress on these assignments, okay? So I wanted to get this message out to you. I'll do that today, but I hope that you work hard tonight.